Hello, empath seers and psychonauts, STEPH here. If you'd like to join me for a little divination dose, we'll see what the scrolls have to say. We'll add on some Metatron cards for our Metatron message, other tarot and oracle, of course, and we have Ghost Tube Seer here for any visual inspirations that may inspire. Receive or release freely, of course. So thank you so much for joining me, for being here, and may you meet a message with meaning. Okay, I'm going to make my little vision board here. And if you would like to join me, close the eyes, take a nice deep breath, Cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Let's go. Okay. What is that? Okay, so I'm seeing like this, like a fountain. There are, I don't know what they are. They look like majestic flying pterodactyls with eagle claws. Would pterodactyls have eagle claws? Eagle claws? Maybe. So I'm going to say they're like pterodactyls. And then I'm seeing like little hamsters working away. And something's being brought together. Like I am, okay, so it's like I'm having work done on, like if this is the pterodactyl thing, like see there's like a slight body in there. And the hamsters are on my legs. There's work being done on an ethereal, energetic level. Oh, and it follows all the way down. I don't know if some of you are feeling this, sensing this. Could be in the sleep state for sheer simplicity of getting through, you know, the stuff, the human stuff, which isn't to be shamed or poo-pooed upon. It's part of the experience. So I feel like for some it's happening in that sleep state, or there's a welcoming to it in that sleep state. And on the other hand, it's like okay. So there are these vulture type creatures that have very fancy cloaky things. Now this isn't like and there's elves at the bottom as well. There is a lot happening in the above and below. In the I'm going to say the reflection. It's like I am seeing myself standing on the ground, standing on the earth, and I am looking at myself through water. So it's got like a little bit of a ripple, less solidified. This is how I'm seeing this. And I'm being worked on to help shake things off because there's I'm going to use the word downloads, and I don't know that that's the word I personally like to use, but I'm going to just use it anyway. I'm not sure that it quite feels downloady. Can I find another word? Is there another word? Oh, maybe I'll just use downloady for now and it'll come out. Okay, so it's like there's this wave, right? And the way I'm seeing it is through this wave, and it's like maybe for some this is external. I'm trying to differentiate if it's individual or interconnected, but regardless, hold on for a sec. Internal or external. And it's like I'm seeing this wave. Now, whether this is external energies, collective energies, things, and I'm like, because I kind of get this pressing. Like I'm pressing. But I'm not sure if I'm bracing or holding. You know, like in one of those movies if like the walls started closing in and, you know, some creepy thriller. And I'm holding the door. I'm holding the door open. Or this room, this energy, these walls are caving in on me, and I'm trying to press them open because there's all this strength up here in the like collarbone, chest, breast, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands. Okay, and now I'm seeing this wall. So very much again like the earth and the water, the wall has now turned into a tidal wave. And I'm seeing this tidal wave come in confused. In this rabbit hole, I'm confused. Like, this isn't mine. Why am I getting, this tidal wave? But if I follow it, if I follow the tidal wave's path, it actually comes back to me. I'm the source. Very butterfly effect. Like, I might have said or done or been holding a resentment or maybe even a question. And I said one thing or felt one thing very purely, very strongly. And butterfly effect style, days, months, weeks, year, it comes back as a tidal wave and it's unrecognizable. So I don't assume that it's mine. I don't even connect that it's mine because it has grown into its own energy. It has collected things along the way to become more of whatever it is that I said and I spoke. Does that make sense? Oops, sorry. It wanted to become more of what I birthed. And now it's unrecognizable as it's, returning to its source. Other rabbit hole. It feels very cleansing. I have said something. I have spoken something. And it's almost like the same energy. It created more. It went out into the collective and attached itself to more of things, collected more of it. And it comes back in this tidal wave, but this tidal wave actually feels more like, is it that movie Flashdance? And it just comes pouring down and it's refreshing. It's refreshing. Excuse me. Does that make sense? I really may have butchered that. New Dawn is on the bottom. I really may have butchered that and I apologize. But the way it's making me feel right in the scroll of even the New Dawn of coming in as it's like, I'm not going to lie, I can absolutely resonate and understand with compassion, the tidal wave feeling, the bracing, the pushing, hold the door, Game of Thrones, hold the door. That was his purpose the whole time. Maybe everyone thought he was crazy or took advantage of him or utilized him for the skill set that he had to carry others. You get the gist if you've seen the show. I don't need to recap it, but it's an inspiration. There was always a purpose there. Okay, so I'm also seeing something around the head. It's like a dome, like one of those old-fashioned things. Maybe they're not old-fashioned. I don't know what, like when you go to the hairdressers and they put those things over you. It's like, maybe they're dryers. I don't really know. And somebody's trying to knock on the noggin. Yes. So this feels like a little mini, like a drop of water versus a tidal wave. Okay. It's also something that's coming in like a spirit's trying to speak with you. Maybe some of you are resonating with that there is this, I think I'm going to try and keep it home and say it's like your guides. Could be, for some, it could be a loved one, two people. It looks like two siblings, an older brother, younger brother, or older brother, younger sister, or a parent and a child that may have passed, and you're the survivor. And they're trying to get through, they're trying to communicate. But it's something about the head, so I don't know if it's causing headaches or what's going on. Yeah, there's something about the river runs deep, the river runs deep. Okay. Fly free came through, and dimensional gateway and invitation. So remember, I want to put that there. Thank you. Remember I was talking about pressing, holding, opening. And did I say it out loud or was it in my imagination about the downloads? It was something like that. And I kind of hesitated to use the word downloads because it felt different. And this might be like an emotional one. When I'm saying emotions, I'm not talking about feelings. Energy and motion, like through the currents of the body, through the blood, through the water, through the cellular system. Okay, I'm seeing the owl from the labyrinth coming through at the beginning. And I'm seeing like body oil with glitter in it. So like an ingredient's being added. It kind of feels a little galactic-y, but really what I think is just a nicer way of saying it is it's a gateway. It's a gateway that's opening. And this is why there's this pressing kind of feeling coming in, but this work being done. There's work being done on the physical body to specifically help hold it, embody it without it being stressful. I'm also seeing the movie Tremors. That's weird. Well, is it really? Who knows? All right. Now I have fly. Why can't I say that? Fly free. And if I recall, when I did a Cancer duality, Cancer scroll short, a lot of people saw the fly. I feel like for any of those who are working through, and I don't mean working through, I'm actually seeing it like a canoe. Yeah, I'm kind of canoeing through the channels of this. Again, I come back to the shore of I'm on land and I'm looking at water. And the ease of canoeing. There's still effort. Maybe it's kayaking or maybe it's paddle boat. It doesn't matter what the vehicle is. And I can receive the glitter like a bunch of diamonds and face cream or something like that. And you're being invited. I'm going to use the word upgrade. And I don't enjoy that language, but maybe I'm just being difficult. And I don't mean to be difficult, even new dawn. Oh, okay. So you're being invited, and with the new dawn, welcome back. Welcome back with the tidal wave. The one drop of the ocean, the spit out of your mouth when you spoke, or the molecules of the breath, and it came back. Welcome back. You asked for something. You freed it, allowed it to become more of what it is and what it wanted to be. It took the movement. It went with it. Whatever this intention is, this thread the needle vibe that's going on up there, because balance is needed to bring it in, to embody it into the blood and the waters of the beingness and wisdom. There's a lot of responsibility here. If you take the invitation, it's like part of you. That's why it feels uncomfortable to say upgrade and download, because it's like getting pieces of home. Because it's like almost that's more familiar in the essence of it. Yes, it's more familiar. It's like, this is actually how I thought it was going to be. And now like these tidbits of this glitter are coming in to say, welcome back. You're receiving the information. I don't think what was assumed in this incarnation, or maybe it was very clearly known, and this would be coming in, whatever this gift is, remembering. Because I'm seeing it like, what is that movie? It's the vampire one, Twilight. And he's in the sun. Is his name Edward? And he glitters. That's what this feels like. And you're like, oh. But there's something about being very conscious about what I say. Not that it doesn't have to be that, but like the meaning of it. I give it meaning. And I mean the meaning. Does that make sense? So there's an embodiment coming in, and I want to actually place like the duality, balance needed, and I want to place it sideways. So these are horizontal. They're not. There we go. So they sit like that, and they're even. Versus like that. But there's that tidal wave. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. Hopefully that made some sort of sense to somebody. I feel like I can feel it. Water element, sensing. Cancer, I feel. Oh my goodness. Jupiter return, benefits. Venus, love. That was like a whole handful. And you gotta have faith, faith, faith. On the bottom. Well, that was a very efficient handful. Like, share, subscribe if I didn't say so already. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I get very distracted, very invested. This is what we're doing, right? This is that earth and water. I'm standing on the earth. I am of an earthly being. I am an earthling right now, and I'm sensing. I am from, whoops, see the triangle there? There's the triangle there. That I am more. This isn't about the bloodline here. This feels like the bloodline here, the lineage, is another conduit that had just like, thank you, just like when I was talking in the beginning, the thing I said, or the thing I said silently, but I meant, and it went out and it became more. It went out into the world, in the air, and the thoughts, and it flew freely to become more of what it is, and it comes back to me in a tidal wave. That's just, it's being dramatic, but for some, that's how it feels, right? You're like, wow, I don't deserve this. Or why is this, but if you follow it, you might find that you were a part, could be a source, because many others jumped on board with it, right? That energy of whatever it was. But it's also very refreshing. It's also very refreshing. Either way, it returns to you. It is beneficial. It is beneficial. And this is what it's like, returning. Oh, see? I'm having faith that the map worked out, that when in spirit form, I feel like I'm speaking but that's how it's coming through. So when I was in spirit form, and I made the decision to re-embody as an earthling, it's the same thing. I spoke it, I willed it, and I came down. I am here to become more, to collect things, to have experiences, do things, just like being an earthling and expressing through that element of my breath of life. And it becomes more. And now you become more. And that's why. And all of this glitter is around you. If you can see it in the card, like the celestial glitter of sorts. Some of you might recognize it as like, space family or star seeds, celestial communions, connections. I don't know what other words to use, but you know them if you know them. But you are here to create movement, and sometimes that can be done in stillness. As I sit as an earthling and recognize what I feel, and before I say it, don't spray it. I want to be clear of the meaning it means to me, because I'm very, very aware it's going to go out into space and it's going to become something. And when it returns home to me, like a child, that grows up, moves away from home and comes back, I want it to be loved. I want to love it. And this isn't about being overly positive or ignoring anything. This is actually feels like it's very, very present. Oh my goodness, empaths, seers, and psychonauts. Like, this is incredible. There's times, like, even when the pressure feels a lot. Something about the seagulls as well. Something about seagulls, if that symbol means anything to you. It's like the trust fall of your guides, the trust fall of your essence, of your space fam, whatever the case may be. Hear it. Like, I'm gonna knock on your door, ring all your bells, tap on your windows too. Okay, so I have here what came out here. I have groom and ship. So there is somebody in spirit that is male. And then I have here magic, curse, desire, attraction, witch, and snake. This is a very male-female vibes. Okay, we're going to close out with these guys over here. I am getting ready to close out if I haven't go. Okay, letting go is on the bottom of the Metatron with communication underneath it. There's that, I'm seeing the snake eye. Something about knowledge. And I was just talking about this with my girlfriend. You know, being here to acquire knowledge, all the information that is available. And it's fast moving, it's fast paced. Knowledge doesn't, for me anyway, equate wisdom. There's a process. There's an experience that one moves through the knowledge and not testing it per se. But again, it's like that weird word. I want to say testing, but it's like you're testing it. Does this knowledge fit for me? What I desire and what I'm attracting? And does it become a wisdom? Not all words are wisdoms. And it's that feeling of being here going, this feels like very incarnate energy because of your position here. Is it a, blessing or a curse? But Jupiter's coming in. It's, if at any point in time you felt the tidal wave versus the refreshingness, the benefits are coming back full circle. There's something to be released of. Maybe there's some resentments or regrets. Those are the two words coming through specifically. Resentments and regret. And knowing that as I send those out and speak them to myself into my noggin, I'm like, hold on a minute. Is that the direction I want to know myself, how I want to get to know myself, and what I want to send out, even in the aura of me? There's a gentleman in spirit, and he wanders these seas, the celestial seas. Male spirit guide, but this was also somebody's husband. So if you're resonating with a parent, and did I say that in the beginning? I'm not really sure if there was a parent and a child, or a brother and a little sister or something like that. Okay, so there's a male, definitely was a husband of somebody, but there's a male energy guide, whatever position, and they sail the celestial seas, keeping an eye out to help navigate the degrees and choices that you're making. But they can't do it for you. They can only work with what you give them, the words that you say, the heartbeats, the actions, the thoughts that you think that nobody hears. That's what they can work with in like turning this. Does that make sense? The heart glows, the heart knows. The heart glows, the heart knows. Okay, closing out messages, as I feel like I've yammered on so long. And I truly want to note as well, like, gotta have faith, number 33. Know that even though, in your soul, oh my goodness, these cards are amazing. Like, in your soul, the earth element, as you are here, again, earth and ethereal, that you are here as a master making magic. And that in and of itself implies the wisdom to know that means I'm here as a student. By being that master, embodied as an earthling, and knowing in your soul that, but appreciating the earthly element of an earthly experience, The stability actually comes from letting go of that mastery and stepping into this the studentry of it, and turning knowledge into wisdom, information into inspiration, individuals interconnected, and knowing the boundaries of that, and the bounty and the beauty of that. Knowing everyone is interconnected, but the individuality, that's very important, that's one is, thank you, solely responsible for. Okay. Got the forest, the bardo, and the sword. Do I go and get them? I feel like it's quite the journey. And it's going to be awkward. Oh, I'm just going to read them from the floor. Higher perspective. Trust me. Trust me. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't even... Oh, okay. It's not too bad. The forest, the bardo. Oh, one is like super far. The womb. And I don't even know that I could reach the sword if I tried. But I will take you on the journey to envision the sword card. Imagine, it's what we've been talking about. Circle card. And there's a line of a sword in the middle. Sun and moon. Dark and density. But it's basically the yin yang. Embodied. Something about the mental state. And even so, as I say that, and I say the mental state, and then I see the earth element, and I want to take this as the sword and draw it out. I don't know what that means, but I can feel that. I can feel that for me. I can't necessarily feel that for another, but hopefully that makes sense to somebody. I can see clearly now. As see how in the bardo there's all these, is it the skulls around the eye? Like, you've had so many lifetimes, master. You're like a Metatron master. You're probably working with Metatron a lot right now. Maybe that resonates with you. I'm not really sure. But I feel like in this message, it's very quite clear. You are a master and you're here as a student. Relish in it. That's how masters become masters. Yes, you've had so many lifetimes. And as you're here on earth, in the forest, the density, yeah, there's that womb again. As you are here in this, the choice that you have made to be here, conscious, because it's a consciousness thing. It's like the whole sky, when I say celestial, is conscious. All of the air is conscious. Sword, mental, meaning. It's all conscious. And without applying so much pressure that feels like the walls are going to cave in on you, it's having the freedom to let go of having to consciously connect with everything and following the flow organically, trusting and having faith in your guides and your desires and your attractions, in your energy. Does that make sense? It does. Have a sense of humor. Have a sense of humor. Orders and whatever's right. And so maybe for some you're feeling like you can't remember why you came here, what the mission is. Purpose, powers on the bottom. You get to decide. You can, make addendums and changes along the way, because you are the master here in it. And you're like, am I getting it wrong? Am I getting it wrong? It's like, as the card says, like, await further orders, await further orders, await further orders. And it's like, you can see it like was a chit coming out, like at a restaurant, like, tsh, tsh, this is my order, this is my order. Are you waiting for an order? or are you sensing? And I feel like either one is quite right. There's something so intelligent and wise about sitting in a state, whatever it may be, and reflecting, looking at the water as I'm on earth and having a conversation with myself. And where do we want to go from here? Now, there might also be some people around you that you obviously can see take orders, that they maybe are not so sovereign, and that's their studentry is working through sovereignty. Or maybe they're an NPC. It's none of my business. And if anyone's laughing at you, let them laugh. Allow them to bring humor in. Interesting. And also have a sense of humor while being human seems to be a message. Having a sense of humor while being human, because it's hilarious. And it's almost like sometimes those people in spirit and those guides and those people, and I say people, but you know what I'm talking about, the positions of the consciousness connections that we have, celestial, divine to density. It is always nice to know that you could have a laugh and that there's someone else looking out for you and laughing with you, not at you. You can laugh at yourself as well. And knowing that whatever you are choosing, it's going to be right, because you are a master navigating. That's what you're doing. And you're making some plans as you go, because you maybe weren't expecting some things, or like coming back to the beginning, some things come back. Jupiter returns, they come back in benefits. And you're like, oh, okay, so we're doing this now. Okay, let's do it. I hope this makes sense. I'm going to end at the beginning where you are being invited to receive a new dawn. Maybe it's an order, a new order from within of your higher self, the oracle that is of you. Whatever the case may be, to know that while you are here, you are doing great work as a student. Whatever it is that you nurture. But you are being invited to new information as well. Again, I want to do this weird thing where I could say, for simplicity's sake, it's the Akashic Records. But I'm not sure that it is. But it kind of is. I will let it be. I have rambled on too long, and I feel like the sun is starting to shift as I had to move to the other side of the room because my cat is sleeping in front of the TV. So, sorry, Tom. Until next time, thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon.